Hey, what's up guys? Mac here. Welcome to the special holiday themed version of my office. In today's video, I'll be answering a bunch of viewer submitted questions. But before that, I want to tell you about an awesome anime streaming service called Crunchyroll, which has the newest and most current episodes of anime straight from Japan available, all with professional subtitles. I've personally been watching a few episodes of Attack on Titan, which I would definitely recommend, but there's also a bunch of different things you can choose from. Now, Crunchyroll Premium takes it to a whole nother level by offering ad-free, full HD videos that you can watch from any device you want. You can try it free for 30 days by clicking the link in the description and checking out www.crunchyroll.com/30daysfree.com and get started with Crunchyroll Premium. Now, before we get started with the questions, I want to excuse my voice, which is a little bit weird because I've been sick for a few days. In the last video, which was all the way back in July, I asked you guys to leave a comment with the amount of gamer score you have. Keep in mind, all of these numbers are from about 5 months ago, but there was 11 people who submitted their gamer score, and this is kind of like a mini leaderboard from the people in the comments. Thank you to all of those who submitted their gamer score. You're free to leave your information in the video below if you want to compare yourself with the people in the leaderboard from last week. Now, if you want one of your questions answered on the next Q&A, again, nothing's off limits. Feel free to ask me whatever you want, whether it's personal, whether it's about gaming or about YouTube. I'll try my best to answer all of the creative questions, especially. I enjoy the creative questions quite a lot. Now, you can submit questions either in the YouTube comments. You can use my Twitter handle and the hashtag AskMacca, which is probably the best way, and I'll probably be picking a lot of the people who do post questions via Twitter. And you can also use my subreddit, which I just started up, reddit.com/r/Mac91productions. It's kind of empty. I've done a lot of the formatting and stuff for you guys. You're free to subscribe, check it out, and post a comment on the Q&A thread that I've linked there. So all of those Reddit people will hopefully enjoy that. Now let's hop in straight to the questions. I've received this question a few times this year. One on Twitter asks, out of the Xbox One games you've played so far, which ones are your personal favorites? Now that's actually one of the hardest questions to answer, as I am making a top 10 games of 2014 video for you guys, and I'll be posting it on the 26th of December. I have narrowed my list down to 13 games. And I'm having a really tough time narrowing it down to 10. And then even once I narrow it down, sorry, the camera's focusing badly. And even once I'm narrowing it down, I'm having a really hard time ranking them and coming up with a best game of 2014. I know there's some games that you guys would probably like to see on that list. Feel free to leave a comment letting me know what your favorite game of 2014 was, and maybe that'll slightly influence my personal list that I'm coming up with. That's a very hard question to answer. Stick around for a video on that, though, and that'll definitely be coming out. Jamie Paulzer asks, are you planning on putting another 2,000 plus hours into the Halo 3 multiplayer and Master Chief Collection? No, I am not. There's no way. I just don't have the time or the patience to put that amount of time into Halo again. What games would you love to be remade for the next generation consoles? Now, this is a really tough question to properly answer because there's so many different games that haven't seen a new version in the last 10 or so years, and a lot of the games that you might remember really well in your memory probably wouldn't translate that well to a current title. Personally, I'd like to see a Rock Band 4 in the next generation of consoles, and it'd also be pretty cool to get a Gears of War collection with Gears of War 1 in like full HD on the Xbox One, everything upscaled. Those two would be great. There's a whole bunch of games that would be lovely, but unrealistic for a lot of them. Again, if you have an idea of what you'd like to see remastered, comments down below. I'd love to hear it from you guys. Me, Gears of War 1 and Rock Band 4 would be great to have on the next generation of consoles. Now, the next question is from Twitter, from Kenzabit, and they ask, how are you able to search for all the collectibles in a game and make a guide for us? Now, this is a question I get asked a lot, whether it is when I meet people online or just via comments and stuff. It's like, how do you go about getting all of these collectibles in all of these games so quickly? And a lot of it's actually hard work, straight up just looking for them. A lot of it has to do with people messaging me locations or me looking online on forums to find locations. It's really hard in games that don't have an in-game tracker. Like Alien Isolation was one of the hardest collectible games I've ever done. Some of them, it's just a lot of hard work mostly, for the most part. And that's about it. That's all you can really do. Hard work. One of the things people don't realize is how much time I spend outside of the video game looking for these collectibles and trying to come up with new methods and new places to look, collaborating with other people in order to get the list down for you guys. So that's more or less, it depends on the game. It really does depend on the game. Sometimes it's just a lot of hard work. Sometimes it's just looking around and getting lucky. Some games have it easier. Some games have in-game trackers that make it easier for me. So it really depends. Now, the beauty on YouTube asks, how do you review games? So that's a question about the review process. And also, could you do a room tour video? The room tour video has been in the works for like a year. I've been meaning to do like a setup video for you guys because a lot of you have questions about my equipment. A lot of you want to see like my setup in my room and my office, my editing setup. That's going to come one day. I just don't know when. I don't really have a good point and shoot camera to do that for you guys. And in terms of the review process, I get a lot of games early for review, and a lot goes into a review, which is why sometimes I'm not able to post reviews for games that I do get early. Keep in mind, it takes like sometimes 20, 30, 40 hours to properly review a game, and I don't always get a lot of views on those videos, so I can't always put all my time into them, which is why a lot of my reviews are first impressions videos after I play about 10 to 15 hours making other videos. Basically what it comes down to, depending on the game, I just try to play through the campaign, get a little bit of a feel of all the different modes available. I try to see what makes that game unique and experience it to the best of my ability. I write down my thoughts in a Word document as I play through, and then I kind of just sit down, record a good audio take, edit it out a bit to get it down to a certain size, and put some relevant gameplay on for you guys and post that review. That's about all that there really is to it. You sit down, you play a game, you write down your thoughts, and you talk about them. Popcornography on Twitter asks, how many hours do you spend looking at the upload screen on YouTube? I've just started, so I can only imagine. Now, I actually have decent upload speeds. I think I get 10 megabits per second, which isn't the greatest, but it's not that slow. So my uploads are decently fast. The thing is, I actually usually just set up my upload. I also have a scheduler built in because I'm networked with full screen, so I can make my videos go live at a later date, so I can upload way in advance. Like for Halo Master Chief, I had made 20 or 30 videos before the game launched. I scheduled them to upload, and then they just uploaded on their own. So I would be able to have them upload while I was sleeping or while I was working on other things. So I actually don't spend too much time looking at the upload screen because I usually just let that happen in the background while I'm doing other things. The thing is, what a lot of people don't realize is they assume that making YouTube videos about gaming just means I sit there and play video games all day. To be honest, I probably spend about 20% of my time actually playing video games, 30% of my time editing, another 30% of my time like on YouTube sorting through stuff, making playlists, adding titles, thumbnails, and then another 20% of my time just like researching stuff online. So I don't actually spend that much time gaming. I spend a lot of time on the YouTube side and on the editing side. So that's a little bit of information for you guys. I can talk about that later. More in a different episode of Q&A if you guys are interested in knowing more about what the process of being a YouTuber is. Some of you might be interested. Now, Michael Frigrio on YouTube asks, question, what motivates you to get all those really time-consuming achievements? Because I want to get some of those and blah, blah, blah. I'll just end it off there. Now, motivation, that is a very great topic. I'm probably not the best speaker about this because I don't get a lot of the time-consuming achievements that I have. I play too many games, I get scatterbrained, and I don't actually end up going back to a lot of games. My backlog on the Xbox One alone right now is 20 games that I'm looking to play that I haven't played yet that I own. So that's pretty bad. Motivation is a hard thing to do, but you just got to get rid of your distractions. Sit down and plan what you want to do, when you're going to accomplish it. Write it down. Set yourself a good goal with a date. Make it time specific and just be as detailed as possible. And set little mini goals along the way if you're really looking to do it. Again, it's not in everybody's schedule to get those time-consuming achievements. So if you're not able to get them, don't sweat it. Just don't get them. It's not a huge deal. No one judges you if you don't want to get it. Just let it be. Thank you guys for all your questions. That is it for this episode. Again, Twitter, Reddit, comments. If you want to ask a question, nothing off limits. Feel free to ask me what you want to ask, and I should hopefully make another video like this in January or February. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.